Hello, my name is Chloe Tonis, and thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Bite-Sized Cybercrime, the podcast where I pick a cybersecurity news topic that is major or that catches my interest, and I tell you about it in short, simple episodes. This week we're going to discuss a cyber attack on Royal Mail, which is a British multinational postal service. Now, if you're in the UK and were trying to ship items overseas last week but were unable to do so, this might explain some things, as the attack did actually affect the ability for Royal Mail to dispatch mail overseas. On January 11th, 2023, Royal Mail announced that they had experienced a cyber incident that caused a severe disruption in services. Domestic mail remains unaffected, but international export services ground to a halt and delays ensued. The Postal Service informed the public that they were working with the National Cybersecurity Center to investigate the incident and resume operations as normal, hopefully soon. Although, as of the day of this recording, Sunday, January 15th, 2023, there are still disruptions to international shipping services. The next day, January 12th, the cyber incident was confirmed to be a ransomware attack, as reported by The Telegraph. Ransomware is a type of malware that, once it infects your system or multiple systems on your network, it encrypts all or some of your data, making it inaccessible to you unless you send money in the form of a cryptocurrency to the group demanding it in exchange for a decryption key. Cryptocurrencies are used because of its anonymous, decentralized nature. You don't need any form of ID to make a crypto wallet, so it can be hard to link it to a specific person or a group of people who can then be prosecuted. In the case of Royal Mail, devices used for international shipping were encrypted and ransom notes printed out on printers used to make dockets for customs. For those not in the UK wondering what a customs docket is, it's just a little slip of paper declaring what's in the package. Censored versions of the printouts are available online, and Bleeping Computer was sent an unredacted version of the printout. With this unredacted version, Bleeping Computer was able to make a connection between the Tor link provided for communication with the ransomware group and determined that the Lockbit group was responsible. Lockbit is one of the most prolific examples of ransomware in recent times, and it is also the name of the group behind the ransomware because, well, we don't have a better name. Lockbit themselves actually claims they did not attack Royal Mail and blamed a different group of threat actors that are currently unknown. A ransomware representative pointed out that a builder for Lockbit's 3.0 version was leaked on Twitter earlier, which basically allowed others to make custom ransomware based on the Lockbit encryptor. One thing to note is that there was a decryption ID on the ransom note, which is kind of like an order number for contacting customer service, but for cybercrime, and reportedly this number did work at first but has since stopped working. I think it's likely that since the ransom note was leaked, Lockbit may have changed the number to continue to communicate covertly and avoid any unnecessary communication by parties that were not Royal Mail. If this really was a different group, it's unusual that Lockbit's negotiation links would be included in the ransom note, unless this attack was purely destructive and not intended to recover anything. Which, although possible, is strange because this is a high-value target and you could really get a lot of money out of it if they pay the ransom, so why would you waste that? Given that the number used to work and now no longer works, I think it is very likely that it is Lockbit themselves and not a third party using leaked code to build their own special malware, and they just lied about it for some reason. You will also find that not many black hat hackers are the most truthful people in the world. However, the ransom note did not only include links to communicate with Lockbit, but also included a threat to leak the data if the ransom is not paid. So far, when it comes to this specific case, no data has been actually leaked yet, but it is certainly something that could happen. It's also not yet 100% known what type of data could be leaked, but if I had to give it my best guess, I would say information regarding their infrastructure and potentially sensitive details about customers shipping items overseas or people receiving mail from the UK. Currently, the situation remains rather uncertain, and weirdly enough, both for the victim and for the actual ransomware group. And there are surely updates to come in the future. I'm personally really eager to see how this incident ends up playing out over the next couple weeks. Customers of Royal Mail are currently advised to hold all export mail until the situation clears up, and of course to expect delays in anything that has been shipped out. Those who run shops in the UK may want to look for an alternative to ship items internationally. One interesting thing to note is that this attack also occurred amidst strikes held by mail workers at Royal Mail, although the two seem rather unrelated as Lockbit is based in Russia and not the UK. Although a strike and some ransomware is not a great combination for any sort of productivity. Thank you to Bleeping Computer, IT Pro, InfoSecurity Magazine, The Telegraph, and Tech Digest for information on this case. And thank you for tuning into this week's episode of Bite-Sized Cybercrime. My name is Chloe Tonis, and until next time, hold on to your international mail and stay secure.